Good morning, everyone. So this morning we will tackle the Olympian gods. So first, Olympian gods. First god in Olympian was Zeus. Zeus was the supreme deity of the Greeks and was depicted as robust, mature man with a flowing beard. So the second god is Uranus, the Greek god of the sky and the heavens. He was the father of the Titans, including Kronos. And the next one is Kronos, a Titan who was overthrew his father Uranus and ruled the world. And he was the father of Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, and Hera, Demeter, and Hestia. And the next one is the Furies. These are the three goddesses who punished sinners. They were also known as the Erinyes. So let's proceed. The next is Jupiter. Jupiter is the Roman equivalent of Zeus. Here is Hera, the Greek goddess of marriage, women, and childbirth. She was the wife of Zeus, often jealous of his many lovers. And then we have here Juno, the Roman equivalent of Hera. Then Poseidon, the Greek god of the sea, earthquakes, and horses. He was the brother of Zeus and Hades. And then we have here Neptune. Neptune is the Roman equivalent of Poseidon. And then Demeter, the Greek goddess of agriculture, fertility, and Hecate. She was the mother of Persephone. And here, Ceres, the Roman equivalent of Demeter. Persephone is the Greek goddess of the underworld and Sphinx. She was the daughter of Demeter and and the wife of Hades. And then Hades, the Greek god of the underworld, he was the brother of Zeus and Poseidon. And then here, Pluto is the Roman equivalent of Hades. So let's move on. So Apollo. Apollo is one of the Greek gods of life, music, poetry, prophecy, healing, and arts. He was the son of Zeus and Edith. And then Publius Apollo, another name of Apollo. Artemis is the Greek goddess of the hunt, wild animals, and childbirth. She was the twin sister of Apollo. Diana, the Roman equivalent of Artemis. Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love, beauty, and desire. She was either born from the sea, foam, or the daughter of Zeus. So next, we have here Venus. Venus is the Roman equivalent of Aphrodite. And then it's Hippias, the Greek god of fire, metalworking, and craftsmanship. He was the son of Zeus and Hera. The next is Vulcan, the Roman equivalent of Hephaestus. And then Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom, war, and crops. She was born from the head of Zeus. And then we have here another god, Minerva, the Roman equivalent of Athena. Hestia, the Greek goddess of the hearth, home, and family. She was the sister of Zeus. And then Vesta, the Roman equivalent of Persephone. So next, we have here Tartarus, Abas, Garm, and Nibelus Road, where the Titans were imprisoned. In the underworld, the kingdom of Hades, the ruler of the dead, it is located between Earth and Tartarus. So Cerberus, the three-headed dog that guarded the entrance to the underworld. River Styx, the river that separated the world from the living, from the underworld. So another is Sharon, the ferryman who transported the souls of the dead across river Styx. Then the underworld, a cavernous and dim place where that gradually faded into nothingness. So next, are you hungry?
No.
Other gods is Hebe, the daughter of Zeus and Hera, was the goddess of youth and acted as cupbearer to the gods. As a youth, Ganymede was abducted by Zeus in the form of an eagle that carried the boy to Olympus. There was Zeus gave him immortality, made him his lover, and established him as a cupbearer. Eris was the goddess of the rainbow. Okay. Eris was the goddess of the rainbow and sometimes a messenger of the gods. The three graces presided over banquets and festivities. They were represented splendor, birth, and good cheer. The 9 muses were part of Apollo's retinue and were the daughters of Mnemosyne or Memory. These were goddesses of inspiration. Okay, next. Cleo of history. Melpomene of strategy and Urania of astronomy. Thalia of comedy and Terpsichore of dance. We have Calliope of epic poetry and Hera of love verse, Euterpe of lyric poems, and Polyhemnia of sacred songs. Persephone was the lovely daughter of Zeus and Demeter, a goddess of time, but after Hades adopted her, she became the So Latin name Dionysus, a fertility god and god of rain. So was the son of Zeus and no. Okay, Semele or Semele. He serves to liberate the emotions and inspire men with joy, like David. Fine. He suffered death but was resurrected. His female worshippers were the frenzied. Who's a frenzied? Frenzied. Bacchus, Latin liver, a god of drunkenness. Pan, the son of Hermes. And then was the god of flocks. He had the torso and head man, but the headquarters and horns of a goat. A marvelous musician, he played the pipes and pursued various nymphs, all of whom rejected him for his ugliness. The satyrs were originally met with horses and tails, two-legged as opposed to the four-legged centaurs. Okay, next. But in Roman times, they were confused with horns or goats' or go men who roamed the woods. The centaurs were principally savage beasts, half horses and half man. Charon was the exception, a centaur famous for his virtue and wisdom. The
Dryads.
Dryads were the three nymphs and had beautiful female shapes. So, luckily, there were also mountain nymphs, wood nymphs, and stream nymphs and sea nymphs, all in female form. The Gorgons were three hideous dragoness sisters that could change men to stone at a glance. Medusa was the most famous one.
Yes.
The Sevens were sisters who sat on the rocks by the sea and lured sailors to their home by singing to them. Helios was the son of God, the sun god, but he did not play a large part in Greek mythology. Aeolus was the
Custodian.
custodian of the four winds, Castor and Polyneices, or Pollux, were famous queens who protected sailors. Polyneices' brotherly devotion when Castor died made her claim by word for paternal affections. And here Helios was the sun god, but he died not playing a large part in Greek. So nagbalik mo rin. Okay. Here Pluto. Pluto moved the thread of life. Lachesis measured pin out, and Atropos carried off with her scissors of death. So in mythical Greek geography, at the center of the earth towered Mount Olympus, where the gods lived and built courts. Sometimes Olympus was the top of court, as top as the actual mountains in Greece. But more often, it was a lofty region in the heavens. Around the earth ran a limitless river called Ocean. One on the northern shores of this river lived the Hyperboreans, a fortunate race of men who never knew their goals, illnesses, or old age. That is God or goddesses. This community was isolated from the rest of the world, being unapproachable by land or sea. It enjoyed perpetual light and warmth. To the west lay Hesperia, the land of the evening stars, where the golden apples of Hera were guarded by the dragons, Dragon Lantern, and by 7 immortal maidens. The Hesperides,
The western
land and seas were populated with monstrous beings. The one-eyed Cyclops, the most famous, and the cannibalistic, the Lystrygonians, the Skyla, and the Charybdis, the Scythians, and the Titan Atlas. So, okay, but also to the far west lay the Elysian field or
Isles.
isles?
Yes,
Isles of the blessed, where certain favored mortals when they died. In the far south, where the Ethiopians, a lucky, virtuous people with, with whom the gods banqueted, and in the east, where the barbarians of or non-Greek speaking
Wala po.
races to whom the blessings of civilization were unknown, beneath the depths of the earth. So that is the god and goddesses of that is all the god and goddesses of the Olympian Olympian Greek goddesses. Those mentioned are the Olympian gods, goddesses, and goddesses. So that is all my report. Thank you very much.